Cool. So this is our first establishing shot. It's basically the setting we're going to use. It's going to be in a preferably in a warehouse or some kind of barn or something like that. And this is going to be from a low angle, and we're probably going to track in slightly just to show the connection between the place and the scenes afterwards. So moving on to the next one, we cut straight to the close-ups of the protagonist, who's doing various things on his desk. He's cutting out various newspaper articles about his family. This one's going to last probably approximately 5 seconds, maybe 3 to 5 seconds. Next one is an extreme close-up of what he's writing, I think, isn't it, Dom?
Yeah, it's just an extreme close-up of him sort of scratching on the paper with the pen, making a sort of scratching sound, and then it
cuts to the next one, which we'll go to this one first, which is we're going to fit our title sequence into the newspaper cutouts, so as to not break up the sequence in any way. We could always use, if we were going to use a soundtrack, we could always use this shot, but we're unsure whether we're going to have it as silence or whether we're going to put in a soundtrack yet. So moving on to the one with the scissors, we're going to basically have lots of shots like this which distort the we're going to try and distort certain objects to make them seem quite intimidating or anything like that, really. Moving on to the next one, we'll just go down here. So we're basically going to just have several shots of the scissors ones, and then we're going to cut in between the shots to go to shots of the antagonist, who's currently tied up in the chair. And so we've got one shot here which is quite a close up on it's a low angle close up on his hands, and then we cut to a shot of the antagonist, which is a medium shot. This will last approximately 2 or 3 seconds probably.
It's a low angle as well.
Yeah, another low angle. And then we're going to have more titles of the documents, like this one. So like that. So the title sequence basically. And do you want to explain this one, Dom?
That was just a still shot of the collection of newspaper articles and documents, photos, etc., to do with his family's death. So in a way, it shows the obsession that he has, trying to catch the person who did it.
And this one, we're going in between each of the close-ups of what the protagonist is doing at the desk. We're going to cut to shots of the antagonist sitting in the middle of the room, and it's just going to quickly cut, so we're not going to track it in or anything like that. So, what's this one done?
That's similar to, say, the one with the scissors or the writing. It's just him scrumpling up a piece of paper, adding a bit more
atmosphere, I guess.
Atmosphere, making not everyday objects appear sort of threatening in a way. And it's just paper.
In between here, we could add in a few more shots just before we cut to a proper close-up of the antagonist in the chair, and at which point we find that the protagonist goes to grab a lighter and a gasoline tank, which we'll see in a minute. So he goes to stand up, and then he picks up the gasoline tank. What's this one done?
That's a close-up but from a different perspective of the antagonist? Yeah,
probably the antagonist.
The antagonist, and it's all very low-key lighting. He's not really looking towards the camera, so you never really see his face, so you never really see the identities in either of the characters.
So moving on to the next one, we basically, it's more or less a point of view shot from the antagonist sitting in the chair of the protagonist walking towards him with the gasoline canister in one hand and the campfire lighter in the other. At which point, when it finally covers the screen... Wait, Dom, this is in the wrong position, isn't it?
Then it cuts to another shot of the newspaper.
Yeah, it cuts to another shot of the newspaper, or a document, which shows the title of the short, which is going to be Third Degree. At which point we then go back to the this kind of shot, but it's closer, whereas it will cover the frame. So then we'll fade to black here. But haven't we just had the title?
That was originally just that's not the title. That was just a.
Oh, I see.
Some
Okay.
more similar to
that was the newspaper title, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
That was the newspaper title. And then it will cut to the...
We're all up close with the person
Yep,
Then
with
it
the
goes
lighter.
fade to black as he covers it up.
yep. And then
The
we'll
title.
have the third degree title. And then we'll cut to... The black will last about 3 to 4 seconds. And then we'll have a quick cut to someone slamming a door, which is basically
This
back
is
to
Lieutenant,
normality. The protagonist's house. We may have the protagonist shutting the door. It may be another member of his family. We're not sure yet. And that's as far as we got with the storyboard.